Good day, everybody, ladies and gentlemen out there, and most especially my greeting goes to the youth out there, the well-to-do youth who has this positive mindset and want to see positive change in their world and in their generation. Today is a special day for you. I want you to sit back and watch this special program that we are putting together for you with a special person here. I will do the proper introduction later. Today we'll be talking about the misconception in Nigerian politics. So a lot of misconception in our politics and in our leadership. So we'll be doing series to educate us and to open our mind up the reason why the youth should go into politics, to correct the narratives, the negative narratives, which is the reason why Nigeria is still struggling in the states that we are today. So I'll be hosting this wonderful let me smile because yes let me smile, this honorable here. His name is Savior Okimasi. Savior Okimasi has been in leadership for all through his secondary school, down to university, down to NYC, and currently is still in leadership. So he's the right person to hold this program with today. And let me take you through just a little bit through his leadership thread thus far and see how God will help us today to unveil what we have in our minds so that this world can get better and the misconception could be corrected and the right people take the helm of affairs so that this country can move forward. Okay, let's go towards straight to that. Honorable Savior Okimasi, let me clear my throat, is an advocate for youth leadership, former member Democracy Africa Youth Parliament Second Assembly, a public speaker, youth ambassador, and SDG advocate. While in secondary school, he was the social prefect, and up to university, that University of Calabar, you all know, is a great university in our country. 14 to 15, he was the Director of Information, National Association of Computer Science Students, UNICAL Chapter. 2015 to 16, he was the Student Union Government Senator, SUG, representing Faculty of Physical Science. And 2017 to 18, President, Department of Computer Science. Then 2019 to 20, President of SDG, CDS Group, Enugu North Local Government, that was NYC. During his NYC, this program in Enugu State, and he has won several awards thus far. Several awards. Number one of such award is the Award of Leadership by Example 2014, and the most influential student, the Department of Computer Science 2015, Award of Service SUG UNICAL 2017, an Award of Merit SDG Enugu 2019. He also won an award of Outstanding Leadership in 2016. Then during his NYC proper, he won the State Award of Honor for Best Corps Member 2019 Batch A in Enugu State, the overall Best Corps Member in Enugu State in 2020. And currently, as we speak, he is the President of Dunamis Youth Fellowship, Duse Central, Abuja. Let's put our hands together for our special guest today. It's not another person that Honorable Savior Okimasi, you are welcome to this platform. We celebrate you. The voice of hope celebrates you.
Thank you, sir.
And I am your special host, K. Bright Ojonuba. You know, we dish out special stuff for you out there. Thank you, and you will do better, and your voice must be heard. So today, I will be discussing this special program again, the misconception of politics in Nigeria and miss our youths. Okay, first of all, before we start talking about the misconception of politics, let's first of all understand what is politics. And Honorable Savior here is here to do justice to that. So let's go straight to the point. Honorable Savior,
yes,
you are welcome to this platform. It's a great privilege and a rare privilege to host you, and we are glad that our nation and our youth must do better.
Yes.
To the glory of God, and this nation must move forward. So first of all, as we move forward, what do you understand by politics?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, politics is really an integral part of human existence.
Okay.
So politics are a set of activities.
Set of activities?
Yes. That are associated with decision making a set of activities associated with decision what making for a group or other forms of power relations among individuals, such as distribution of status or resources.
Mark that keyword, such as distribution of status and resources.
Resources, yes. So that's politics. You know, why I said it's an integral part of human existence is there's politics in the home, politics in the office, politics, and mind you, people really don't understand when we say there's politics at home, politics in the office, politics in different areas, aspects of our life. They want to associate politic word to anything negative. No. When we say there's politics at home and politics in the office, people feel, oh, is it that people are doing bad things there? No. We highlighted initially that it is for what? Decision making among individuals, for distribution of statuses or resources. So in the office, we have a manager, we have other positions, we have team leads, we have people in different strata. That is politics. For what? For easy decision making. This one comes and talk about how best they can actually progress a certain area of their department in the office. This one talks about the same thing. In the family, there's the head, the father, the mother, the children, everybody contributes. But these are, you can't tell me that the father and maybe a father and a son would be at par struggling for rights of who is the head of the home. No, there is a stratum already. So that's to tell us that God designed politics.
Wow.
So people should not alienate it to negativity. No, it's not at all. In fact, as we get talking, we know that people would better understand.
Yes, politics is an integral part of our society. It's human existence. We can't do without politics. And when they are to an average Nigeria, the moment you hear politics, the first thing that rings in their head is negative. I don't want to get involved with that thing. Now, let's go proper into this discussion today. The misconception of politics in Nigeria. Oftentimes we've lived with people and we've interacted with a lot of people, and I've seen how election is being conducted in our society today. And we've seen how people feel so reluctant when it comes to going to, first of all, the primary right of every citizen, going to exercise their voting rights whenever election is being conducted. You see how they sit back, how they withdraw themselves back, saying a lot of negative stuff about leadership, politics. The one that brought us here most especially is then calling politics a dirty game.
Oh, not at all.
That is a great misconception.
Yes, sir.
Is politics really a dirty game?
Politics, it's never and it's not a dirty game. Now, something happens. Okay, there's a saying that it's not the person that is not part of something that is bad. He said the saying goes that the greater person is not the one that is not part of what is bad, but the greater person is the one that sees what is bad and speak up. Now, as individuals, some of us in the society, because of our idea, because of lack of knowledge in politics, we term it to be a dirty game. Reasons: you are not involved. Initially you draw back from it, and then you have a good intention and you're a good person. If you don't get hold of that decision-making leadership position, the people that have bad intentions will be there. And even the Bible said, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. That means when the evil rules, the people will the people are going to national state and all. So there is no dirty game. The only reason politics is actually neither good nor bad, but it is those that get involved that decide to be dirty. However, being a dirty game is about individuality, because in the first place, if well-meaning Nigerians get involved in the first place, let's assume those that are religious, people that are, religious conscious, those that are, let's say, morally right people that they neither may be religious, but they are morally, they have ethics of life. They don't steal, they don't do all of that. If they get involved, by now, I don't think we are going to say it's a dirty game. So it's an issue of individuality, because from inception, we are using our word today in Nigeria, a creation of fathers and politics and democracy. The well-meaning Nigerians, those that are supposed to spearhead true leadership, shied away from it first and allowed people with no class, people with no intention of the people with no intention about people first mandate or policy get involved. Now, imagine I am a thief, for example. People know me around in my community as a thief, and I get into power and I start recruiting boys to steal things within people's houses. And when they bring the matter to me, I say, okay, we are trying to solve it. Give us 1 year, give us 2 years. People are still being robbed of their properties. And then you now say, if that position is for bad people, I'm not going to get it. It's because you elected or decided to shy away from it and put in people that don't have good intentions. Trust me, when a man with good intention leads, we can actually take influence from different organizations. Some organizations will walk into there and you're proud and you want to spend or even pay to work there because of the person, the leader. So the leader matters a lot. Now, we keep talking about dirty game. We citizens too are part of the cause. As I highlighted earlier, you shied away from leadership and felt that it is not your thing. Let anybody that goes there go. You put every Dick and Harry. Dick and Harry has now come, and they have different character. Some are kakistocrats, some are kleptocrats. You're not going to get the best. And then a situation where we now, in our electionary process, we are now trying to choose from the worst and the bad.
Not even the good, better, nor best.
That is the problem. So I urge well-meaning Nigerians. Politics is not bad. You are a good person. You know that you are a good person. Imagine if you're seated in power as a governor of a state or local government channel, apportioning distribution of resources to the right persons. Pensioners are getting what they ought to get. Will anybody say it's a dirty game?
No.
Now, how do we make our leaders? The process that get them there is a key factor too.
Before you continue, I think I need to do a more highlight on this. That's a very, very good one there. Very, very good one. A very, very sound one. Now, what brought this idea of the whole thing was, that was 2019 when this whole idea came in. I think I was in youth program.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere. And we were talking, so I got engaged with somebody, and this person is also is interested in leadership, has this zeal for leadership, and this person has good intentions. He has good intention, and I was like, guy, you are good though. Why not get involved with politics? He said, no, that politics is a dirty game, that as a Christian, that you must make heaven. You shouldn't get yourself involved with politics. If you must make heaven as a Christian, you say, don't go there. That before you become a politician, you have to put hand there. I was like, where did you get this whole idea from? It is never like that. That was why I sat down, I went home, I think I sat down and I began to meditate on it. And this whole idea, that if you check my Facebook page from 2020, I started a program there that I titled The Righteous and Politics. So for some reasons, I stopped it for a while. Not stopping, maybe God does want to prepare a platform like this for us. So I say politics is neither bad nor evil.
That's right.
It's just like an empty house. You can't say this house is evil. It is the people, the character of the people, or the attitude of the people inhabiting the house that determines whether the house is evil, of course, or good.
Yes.
So, like you rightly say, if right-minded people get involved in politics, politics will be right,
will.
and the dividend of leadership will flow rightly, and the nation as a whole will enjoy the benefit. Then whereas when the wrong people, like you say, get involved in politics, politics will be dirty as we are seeing it today, because the people that are there doesn't have good intention for the citizens. Just like you say that electing or allowing thief to be there, what do you expect, sir?
Now, let me answer your question from an inference I would draw while I was in the university. You know, you read my profile. I was in the SUG Senate. My initial intent was to be the SUG president, and never to be a cultist, because the prevalent conversation as at that time was that before you become an SUG president, you must be a cultist and all that. But I sat down with my friends. I said, "Is that why we came to the university?" They said, "No." I said, "Okay, I have the progress. I want to be the SUG president, but I'm never going to be a cultist." Okay, let's try it. And out of all of the positions we tried to attain, we were never associated with cultism. We attained them. Nobody harassed us that you must be here. Now, in our different areas that we handled leadership, people felt the dividend. Yet when as low as departmental president, some persons want to be cultists. It is their conception, it's the what they have in their mind.
Yes.
Now, at that point, it got to a point we said, okay, Mr. Xavier, you're not going to be the SG president. Can you go for Senate? Why we support somebody else? At that time, he had the financial capacity. That same guy that we supported, he never was a cultist. He had threats everywhere, but people are going to respect you for your values. Now, what was running through our mind? It is never a do or die affair. It's either the people vote for us or we lay back. We are never going to say, cultists are never going to tell us, if you don't join us, you're not going to. If they say that to us, we draw back. Now, our politicians of today lack the, should I say, the prowess to sit down and discover their own talent first. They feel that outside politics, they have nothing to do. And so you see them, they want to kill to get there. Now, you can tell me, if I contest and the people don't want me, I go into other talents that I have. We all have giftings from God. But the present day political rulers, I'm not going to call them leaders, because the true essence of leadership is service. So they are not serving, so I'll call them rulers. The present day rulers don't even understand, because they feel that outside politics they don't have anything to do in life. Amidst them, they are actors and musicians. But they have seen that the easiest way to accumulate wealth, especially in our part of our world, is to enter into political leadership. A teacher that has been teaching for how many years, struggling, maybe 50 years, struggling to build an apartment. Someone that joined politics yesterday has mansions all over the country. Not through dividends of democracy, but through what? The kleptocrat kind of government. What's kleptocrat? Thieves, people that feed from the masses. And I mentioned about kakistocrat. Those are the, a state where the least qualified persons are living. So if these two people are in government, how are you going to get the best? That is the reason why I would urge Nigerian youths, get involved. There are lots of things to be done. Now, you don't sit down at home and feel that, okay, you are a good person, you want. No, there are lots of processes. I believe as these sessions, series are going on, we are going to educate a lot of youths how to get involved. You must be involved. Lots of them don't even know how to get involved. You don't lead from outside.
You must be inside.
You must understand. So that's part of it. Now, please, I would like us to infer from 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 13 to 14, where the Bible talked about God instituting leadership on earth for order, law, justice, equity, and for what? Resources. And then for those that are evil, for the government in place to punish them. Those that are the good people, the government to appreciate them. But today, in our prevailing world, especially this part of our world, we are seeing a situation where some evil persons are being appreciated, given national honors. Because the good ones are not there. Because you look at different agencies, different ministerial, only the bad people. So that's why they are rewarding the bad. But we are clamoring that the good ones should rise up.
Yeah.
The more we keep on saying that it's a dirty game and we are shying away from it, man,
That is a serious one. This touched my heart while I was discussing with should I use that word, leader in the church, somebody that is like a general overseer. I had a privilege of discussing with him, and we're talking about leadership. So as we discussed along, he was telling me that as a Christian, that you are not supposed to be associated with with politics. I was like, sir, what? Says who? You know what is politics? Politics is the process. If you must be in leadership, like in Nigeria currently, we are practicing democracy.
Yes.
Yeah. If you must get into any political leader today, you must pass through what we call this politics. The process of it to get to that position. And that realm is where the policies, the laws, and the regulations that regulate and over you, your family, the schools, and the places you, your family, and your children will attend.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what it is? If a wrong or an evil person is there, if somebody that doesn't have this right mindset, that this feeling for the public is there, is going to make laws that will guide your life. Just imagine an evil person making laws for you.
Yes.
And tell you what to do, where to do, when to trade, when not to trade, the market to go and the market not to go.
You are very correct, sir. Let me come in. You know, I believe right now things are changing.
Okay.
We understand that active participation will be coming up in recent times, unlike before, where our girls are engrossed in TikToking, Snapchatting, Facebooking, and all of that. They are beginning to understand that the leader that is in your country can decide that today Facebook should not be operated in Nigeria. We saw it in Mali.
They did it in
During elections, they could not access social media because of the leader. Now, the leader can even call Facebook and say, please hold on Nigeria for now. That's it. And then in our world today, we see that hike of prices. We wake up one morning, gas to fill the gas is so amount, transportation this amount, ordered by the presidency and all that. If the person in leadership can decide how I feed, how much I pay transport to work, how much is my minimum earn a month, that means the person controls it and a larger part of my life. Therefore, I should be interested in ensuring that the person that get there to decide how I fare is a good person, so I don't strangle and die one day. Now, come to talk about the conversation you had about the so-called person that is now, who are Christians? Supposed to be righteous, right? The formulation of Christianity is a people supposed to be righteous. Now, what did the Bible talk about the righteous? He said, if the righteous rule, that means there must be a rulership on earth. He said, if the righteous rule, the people will rejoice. The righteous will mean irrespective of religion, tribe, or divine. He said, if the righteous rule, the people rejoice.
Let me come in before you continue, so that it will not be like we are using the Bible because we are church people. I'm a Christian. If I am a Muslim, I'll use Quran. And if there is any chapter of the Quran that says the same thing, I think we will appreciate it.
Yes.
Yaradua, late Yaradua was a good leader.
Very good.
Was a good, and his policies. Yes, he was a Muslim. Yes. He has this right mind.
To lead, everybody felt.
Yes,
everybody saw.
We all felt the leadership dividends from Yaradua.
Now, sir, whether you're a farmer, whether you're a social media person, content creator, whether you're a politician, an aspiring one, or whether you're a lecturer or anything that has nothing, or maybe you feel because it's a feeling. Because if you want us to dissect it, everything is centered on politics too. But if you feel that anything you're doing it doesn't concern you, politics. Let me tell you how it works. Politics are in 3 strata. Don't forget it. The leader, the system, and the people. Now what happens? The leader influences the system. The system influences the people. In Calabar, as at when Donald Duke was the governor a certain time, he instituted that no refuse dump by the roadside. No individual should throw a piece of paper by the roadside. Do you know what happened? Even a madman could get to a refuse dump and put it there.
Wow.
Now, the leader influenced the system. So ordinarily we went to the road were so clean. And that
was when Calabar was one of the neatest states in Nigeria.
So we didn't need the leader to come and stay with us in our different homes. He has influenced the system. The system ordinarily has influenced the people. So I will tell everybody, there's a leader that will influence the system, and that system will influence you as a people. So enough of it, and now it's time to channel energy. If you are not going to come out as a youth or a young person to clamor for change, then support a right-thinking person. I mean, let us have engagement, impactful engagement with people that want to lead us, because you are neither coming up in politics nor engaging. So you are part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Now people say that, oh, we voted in 2023, they rigged the election, we've turned our voters, we're not going to vote again. It's a problem also. People are never going to rig out of nothing. So if you don't vote, that's when you vote. So if you vote, we saw elections where it was very difficult for people to win, because okay, there's a vote, it's tying and all that. But if you don't vote, it's more of a problem. It gives the evil people access to want to read. So your vote counts. People are saying it doesn't count. If it doesn't count, they can't emanate figures from somewhere. It will come at least. So when you tell politicians you're not going to vote again, what they want to do is voter apathy, so that you decide not to vote again. No,
so that they can do that which is in their mind to do.
And some people say they are scared. Oh, I can't go to vote. I'm scared of losing my life and all that. But people are dying of hunger at home. Is it not losing of lives? We must try to see that we continually put in our best for a better nation. Because, to be honest, Nigeria is actually sick, and I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a problem. We are supposed to be mother of Africa. When they say Giant of Africa, I think it's a glory name we are having now in every facet. It's just that the entertainment industry decided to work hard on their own. Government, instituted authority assist individuals in achieving their dreams actually.
Sure.
If we want to dissect it, even in America, we know a lot of things. So we are looking at eyes on the goal that Nigeria will get better. And people will say, well, how is it going to get better? No, we are going to work it. We will all work it and continually do it until we see it. By the time we sit back, the evil ones will continue. And in fact, if you look at it, most of the evil leaders actually, they don't even, I don't envy them, sir, without due respect. You know why? I've looked in the radar of leadership, I've not seen any of their kids come out to do any meaningful things. They're irrespective of the sending everybody abroad. And I want to urge you to about the matter of going abroad. You have a life. You have a destiny, first of all. So, are you saying that location is destiny? So, well, you have the yearning to go. But how much will everybody leave the country? Because definitely you're going to come back someday. And no matter the billions you have, the economy, if it is left to the hands of these aristocrats, as we say, it's still going to affect you someday. And your children's children.
That's a good one.
So I urge everybody to.
Yeah. See, this matter is a serious matter, because most times when I relate with these so-called intended good people, what comes out of their mouth amazes me. You know, during that election, bro, how far? You know, all these, let's say religious people, bro, how far? Are we not going to vote? You say that election stuff, that is a Christian, you don't want to get himself involved in it. I say, do you understand what you are saying? You say he'd rather sit in his room and pray. Let me tell you something. Now, elections is a thing of numbers.
It is.
Yeah. If PPP and MMP contest for election, it's a thing of number. If PPP has 1,000, it means 1,000 people voted for PPP. If MMP has or have 100 people, it means 100 people voted for MMP. Now, take a look at this. This is the right person that you are praying to God for to come out using MMP. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where I'm praying? Why this person you are looking at as evil is in PPP? that has this 1,000 votes that he has influenced. He makes this thing so frustrating that you that think you are good to sit back and say this thing is dirty. I don't want to get involved with it. Then you now influence and empower these people who you so-called evil people to go out there and cast votes for him that made it to get at least 1,000. Now, the person you are seeing as a desire, or you are trusting that his mindset is right at least to do the right thing, God 100, how do you think this person is there? And if it is not there, how do you think it will make fair policies and law that will regulate the system that regulates your life and that of the world? So that's as you see, I think, sir, pray. As you pray, you must go out and ask. Okay? These are the misconceptions that have brought us to this stage that we have.
I'm sorry, sir. What age was that person?
That person was over 30.
Over 30. Sometimes I get very, I won't call it disappointed, but I feel sad.
Very
that
sad.
people of age 30, 40,
At the time of leadership,
at that age is the word active age that you're supposed to be at the center of decision making in this country. It bothers me that the Gowans, the Yakubu Gowans, and the Ahmadu Bello, who you don't see, where
we are early 30s.
so at age 31, the Ahmadu Bellos, the Gowan, and all of them, they were in Hem of Affair deciding in the country. They were very young and vibrant. But you
Very
see,
active.
Very active. But you see, age 30s today are going around politicians begging for peanuts, not even being an integral part of the government or in an agency where they can decide.
Yeah.
They are just around them being boys. That's not the leadership we want. Because actually they look at us and say, where are the next crop of leaders? Is it these ones that are following us? So you get it. Now, today in our world, we are not seeing the active age coming up for positions. We are seeing the 70s and the 80s. It goes like that. Haven't you noticed? Somebody has been head of state 19 whatever, coming back to be president in 2000 over 50 something years, and we will gladly fight ourselves as youth for that person to get there. Why? They make you hungry, you come and beg them, they throw a little crumb, you pick it and you follow them and kill and fight your brother. And in fact, we cannot even make inference during the 2022 election because there were lots of things. I don't want us to go there.
Yeah.
Now, it will surprise you to know that as of 2019, the statistics shows that Nigeria had 11.9 thousand professors. We're not talking of associate professors.
No, in the country.
Professors in the country. And all over the world, Nigeria is one of the most brilliant set of people. Statistics show in the major universities of the world, Nigerians came out first 20, first 10.
They are
very brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, the highest legislative arm in Africa paid or goes home with the highest handsome money, the Nigerian legislative, the Senate. Do you know that the criterion to get there is just WAEC? As painful as it is, you don't even need to pass the WAEC. Just present it. And then the highest political position in Africa, the Nigerian president, which is obviously the highest paid in Africa. The criterion is WAEC, which we've seen presidents come here and could not find their own
WAEC results.
Yet
very disheartening.
Yes, and then you see, and then professors want to talk, and then you look at our electoral process, the INEC constituted body, you look at the judiciary, you get confused. What is happening? Is the constitution a criminal material? Because we are beginning to look at it, what's happening? Is the constitution a criminal material? We are now looking at it because we decide to vote for kakistocrat, or probably, I'm not going to say we decide to vote because lots of people voted right 2023 or some things. Kakistocrats and kleptocrats are leading. So you find out that nothing holds water.
Yeah.
You want to go to the judiciary, it doesn't work. You go to the constituted body that is supposed to be independent, it doesn't work. Nothing wants to work because the good people have decided to say, oh, no problem, let's just leave it for these people. And then we want to complain too, but we must. We must stand up and see that it's not a negotiation. And I want to tell, power is never given, it is taken. You don't sit back and say, oh, maybe one day somebody's just going to say, I'm tired of eating your money or stealing the money. Please, good Nigerians and youth, come and occupy. It's never going to happen. If you look at the world across Africa, even in Senegal, in countries where Burkina Faso, things, power was taken for the greater good of the nation. So you don't sit back and say it's their thing. It's their thing. You cannot buy a cup of curry.
Yeah.
And let's stop this tribal and ethno-religious sentiment. And because if you go to a shop or a store to buy rice or something or bread, you are never going to say an Igbo man should buy 250, a Hausa man should buy 5,000. We all are going through the
same thing.
So we should all come together to seek, for the better good.
Yeah.
Because politics is very key. It's
very, very
important.
See, should I even say, you that is there now, that is withdrawing yourself, you are part of the problem that we're having in this country. Ask me why. You say, if the good people refuse to talk, the evil is prevailing because the good people are not talking, are not taking action, are not taking steps to right the wrong that is happening and affecting everybody in the society. So part of the problem we are having in this country and as a nation, because you have good intention and you are holding back and you are pulling yourself away from it, telling it evil.
So, sorry, sir, you just pointed out something. We used to hear those days, student union government, people speak, they are Prof. Patu Tomi, all of them, Wale Soyinka, they spoke for the people. Today, we are seeing messages where the management will just call the people, please don't talk about the hiking, take this money. And then we want to blame them. People say, oh no, it's because you're not there. Okay, then I feel that, or maybe they were poor, and then they have seen small money, but then, let's compare it to the present day politics. I'm going to mention, let's look at, I'm very sure most of our politicians were never poor before they go to that position. So is it related to poverty?
Never.
Because initially we're actually thinking, is it that these persons were poor? So they go to power and they want to accumulate wealth and people will bribe them out. But they were really not poor. So what was the problem? So it's not about poverty. It's about poverty of the mind.
Not of the pocket.
No. Because they don't even use this money. They don't use it. Go to buy houses abroad, eventually sell it. You're civilizing another man's country. And at the end of the day, you can't bring it here. If it's companies, whatever, you sell it. So, you understand? So today, in our world, we see student leaders or youth leaders go to meet politicians and praise, give them money, they put in their pocket, come and fight other ones. It goes across like that. We see professors calling results. Professors that are of highest esteem and we respect them.
That one paid my
and
housing result that are not supposed to.
So while the university, you walk up to a professor's office, you even greet him, sir. It's a problem. You have to, prof, and you must accord yourself. You must coordinate yourself.
We course it.
If they are lecturing you, if they are the one taking the course or anything, everybody is the decorum. We respect them. We look up to them today. And people say, oh fine, let professors be the ones. So we used to look up to those. But today to be honest, I don't know if that integrity is still there. Man, sad.
So finally, before we go, what is your word for the youth?
Well, first of all, I would say Nigeria is sick, and there is an urgency, an urgent need to take Nigeria from an intensive care unit to a general hospital ward. But the difference between the person in an intensive care with Nigeria is that at the moment, Nigeria is not even receiving any care. That's the reason why youth...
And the situation is as worse as that.
Very worse. That's the reason why youth should come out. Let us change the narrative. And we are beginning to start that movement with few mindsets, positive minds. Please join us. Let's come out and, with active engagement, with our participation, through active engagement to see that we change the narrative. So there's need, great urgency for us to rescue Nigeria. And that is the reason why we are trying to get involved and we want well-meaning youths to join the train. Let us get involved through active participation in what we are doing. So we can, get involved in the process and ensure that we restore democracy and get Nigeria back to its glory.
That's a powerful one. Thank you for coming. This misconception, well, we all have to put hands together and get involved, like you say, and get Nigeria out of this. The reason for this platform and the reason for this series that we are doing, we seriously need to get involved as youth and let this enter our minds that politics is never a dirty game. It is the kind and the type of people that get involved that makes it look dirty or good. So like we say, if good people get involved in politics will be good. And if bad people, like we are seeing, are in politics, the reason for this result and this dividend of leadership. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, this is the Voice of Hope TV with K. Bright Ojonwa. We are here that your voice must be heard and our society must be better to the glory of God. Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.